New tonight with the fired LMPD officer sitting right in the courtroom. The process of selecting the jury for his upcoming trial began today in Louisville. It's a case that's already seen several delays due to a minor surgery and last week's ice storm. Our Heather Fontaine is covering the case of Brett Hankison, and she was in the courtroom as attorneys try to narrow down the 250-person jury pool.
Judge Ann Bailey Smith denied a motion by the defense to completely ban the press from this jury selection process, but she did decide to keep our cameras out. So what I can tell you is that behind these courtroom doors, we listened as attorneys individually questioned more than a dozen jurors. Brett Hankison was also present inside the courtroom. Brett Hankison walked down the halls of the Judicial Center and into the Division 13 courtroom, where one by one, potential jurors took what's typically the witness stand and answered questions from attorneys about their knowledge of this case, each knowing they could be chosen to sit in the jury box during Hankison's trial. Interviews lasted around 15 minutes each, following up on answers potential jurors had given in a written questionnaire over a week ago. Questions like their opinion of Brett Hankison. Responses ranged from very negative to neutral to very positive. Attorneys also tried to see if jurors could separate the death of Breonna Taylor from the charges Hankison is facing. That's wanton endangerment for allegedly firing shots into neighboring homes.
If they've already heard stuff and they say, I saw these things on TV, there's no way that I'm going to change my mind. If that's their answer, then yes, they're going to be asked not to sit because they're saying I'm at a place where I'm not open to more evidence.
Ariana Levinson is a law professor at U of L. She says this particular jury selection process is called individual voir dire. It's required here in Kentucky for death penalty cases, but can also be used in cases that involve race or are very high profile. Hankison's attorneys asked for a change of venue. That motion was denied.
And the goal of voir dire is always to make sure that jurors can be impartial and that they don't have any type of bias that will influence their decision making and cause them not to follow the law.
Over the last 6 hours, attorneys interviewed 19 potential jurors. Of that group, 11 were chosen to continue to the general jury selection process. The other 8 were dismissed. Brett Hankison sat quietly in the courtroom while coming face to face with those who may decide the verdict in his case. In Louisville, I'm Heather Fontaine, WHAS 11 on your side.